What is going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm one of these people, man, you know, like a lot of you guys, well, like everybody mainly, you get old. And when you get old, you want to have your affairs in order. You don't know when ailments will strike you, cripple you, and put you in a position where you can't care for yourself. And you might have to be put in a home. I'm one of these people where, you know, and I'm being dead honest with you, if I get to the point where I can't take care of myself and stuff like this, I don't want to be in a home like that. And I'll show myself the flowers before I be a burden to my own children or anybody else. And, you know, a lot of people may disagree with that, but man, with the way a lot of elderly people are being abused and disrespected, you know what I'm saying? It really make you think. You need to check on your loved ones if they, you know, in some of these homes, because it's lonely being there when you don't want to be there. The story I'm talking about today is about this guy right here. This dude that you see up here, they'll say his name in a second. This guy right here works at a senior living facility, or worked at a senior living facility the summer of last year. This took place in June of 2025. The guy you see up here was arrested and then released on bond, and what he did is unforgivable. This guy who works at this living center called La Mirada Heights Senior Living Facility out there in LA went into a room in which you're seeing now, took all his clothes off, and went in there and R-worded a 61-year-old woman with dementia. And it ain't the first time he did it. It's upsetting that when you get old, you're vulnerable, and then people take advantage of said vulnerability, thinking they won't get caught. Just watching how comfortable this guy is in this video I'm about to show you makes my blood boil, because I'm going to be honest with you. Nothing is worth going to jail, but some things you got to do what you got to do. If that was my grandmother, he would have never made it out that room alive. Check this out.
A woman is taking legal action after she claims her mother, who has dementia, was raped by a senior home caretaker.
That alleged assault was caught on surveillance video. KTLA's Corrine Winter is live in downtown Los Angeles with Corrine, a very disturbing story.
Yeah. Sam and Lindsay, it is truly disturbing. In fact, you're going to see some of that security footage. Before then, we do want to warn viewers that some of the details you're going to hear in this case, even the images that you're going to see, even though we have blurred it, well, it could be upsetting, it could be disturbing. But take a look at this video. It is from last year. The mother of the woman who was allegedly raped provided this footage to KTLA. This is the afternoon of June 10th, 2025. The family's attorney identified the individual in this video and who is named in the criminal and civil filings as Jonathan Alvarado, a volunteer piano player at La Mirada Heights Senior Living Community who allegedly raped that elderly resident who has Alzheimer's. Monitored the care that her mom...
I couldn't believe it at first. And was kind of just hoping it was a mistake, but you can't mistake the image that's right there. He was brought in from the facility. Yeah, he was a volunteer. He was only meant to be there on Fridays between their lunch hour of 12 to 1 to play the piano.
From our initial investigation, it shows that this gentleman may have been working with the facility prior, or been a volunteer with the facility prior, in which he played the piano for residents. Our investigation also showed that the facility was purchased recently, and that this gentleman stayed on board. It's our understanding that perhaps they didn't do the proper background checks.
And our apologies to viewers, some of our audio cut out, so what you may have missed is exactly what went on in that room where you see Alvarado going in, taking off all his clothes. That sexual act allegedly occurred. He, at the time, took off all of the residents' clothing, and then after the incident, you see staff members walking in, and one of those staff members actually asked that victim, why are you naked? Where are your clothes? And so the family told us that the daughter, seeing the ring video, seeing what was happened, she alerted the staff. It didn't happen in time, but at least they came in the very end. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about what what the facility is saying regarding this. If we could just show that statement. A representative told KTLA today that the safety and well-being of our residents is our top priority. We are disturbed by these allegations and will fully cooperate with any criminal investigation. Because this matter involves an ongoing criminal case and out of respect for the privacy of our resident, it is not appropriate to comment further. I was also told off camera that it should be pointed out that this is an independent living facility, not an assisted living facility, and that there are differences here. There's also some discrepancy regarding who exactly brought Alvarado on the property. The family, for their part, they're saying, well, it was the facility who hired this volunteer piano player. We never enlisted his help. He was already on the property, the community helping residents there. And so that's going to be crucial in this lawsuit that the family has filed again, a civil lawsuit. There's another one that is also has also been filed at this time, a criminal complaint by the LA County DA's office. So we'll have to see how that plays out in court. We did reach out to the DA's office for comment. We're still waiting to hear back. I also contacted Alvarado by phone. He has not returned our messages. That's very latest here. We'll send it back to you.
Now at 11, the disturbing case of sexual assault inside a La Mirada Senior Living Center caught on security camera. Tonight, we're hearing from the victim's daughter. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kathy Vara in for Carolyn. The attack happened last summer, and today we're seeing part of the video and hearing from her daughter and the family attorney. NBC4's Darsha Phillips is in the newsroom now with the story. Darsha?
Well, Kathy, Camille Anderson set up cameras in plain sight in her mother's apartment and says the sexual assault was captured on those cameras. Now, we're not identifying the victim, Camille's mother, and we want to warn you the content and the video in this story is disturbing. La Mirada Heights Independent Living Facility was supposed to be a safe place for Camille Anderson's mother, who suffers from dementia.
I moved her there because I trusted them and I thought that she would be safe.
But last June, that trust and safety was shattered when prosecutors say Jonathan Alvarado raped Camille's 61-year-old mother.
He just walked in and no one checked or asked, why are you here on a day that you aren't scheduled to be here?
Camille says the horrific encounter was captured on cameras she set up in her mother's apartment.
I was receiving more notifications from her apartment than I usually do while I was at work.
When Camille checked the cameras, she saw a man in her mother's apartment and immediately alerted the facility's caregivers. This is video of them entering her apartment and finding Camille's mother nude and confused.
Are you naked, Mama? Who's the guy who was here?
When Camille reviewed the footage, she saw a man taking off his clothes and going into her room. Investigators later identified the man as Alvarado. Camille says cameras inside her mother's room captured what happened next.
He was engaging in a sexual act with my mom. However, because of her diagnosis, she's not able to consent.
About 2 hours later, Alvarado is seen leaving the room and getting dressed. Camille turned the videos over to investigators. She is now suing La Mirada Heights for $25 million for negligence.
When the sheriff's department was attempting to effectuate their arrest, they couldn't find him because the records that the community had on file did not match who he was.
The La Mirada Heights Independent Living Facility released this statement. The safety and well-being of our residents is our top priority. We are disturbed by these allegations and will fully cooperate with any criminal investigation. Because this matter involves an ongoing criminal case and out of respect for the privacy of our residents, it is not appropriate to comment further. Alvarado was taken into custody in June, released, and then not formally arraigned until January of this year. He's charged with rape and a lewd act on a dependent adult. He's currently out on bond.
The DA, unfortunately, has just moved slower than I would have hoped.
The DA's office said in a statement that the sheriff's department did not bring additional victims to our attention. Camille believes this likely happened to her mother on more than one occasion and other vulnerable residents at the facility.
I wouldn't doubt that if not my mother, it could have happened to anyone else in that facility.
Tonight, after pressing the sheriff's department, it released a statement saying, in part, given the predatory nature of the alleged offenses and Alvarado's repeated access to vulnerable elderly individuals through his role, investigators have reason to believe there may be additional unidentified victims. As for Camille's mother, she is still at La Mirada Heights. Camille hopes she will be able to move her soon.
Just moving her or anyone with a type of dementia can increase their decline.
And Camille says she has video evidence of Alvarado undressing in her mother's apartment in May, in addition to the alleged rape captured on camera in June. And the sheriff's department is asking for potential victims to come forward by contacting the Special Victims Bureau. Live in the newsroom tonight, I'm Darsha Phillips, NBC4 News.
That's unforgivable. Absolutely heartbreaking. It's cruel, insensitive, calculated, and evil as shit. So I'm telling you, man, there's people out here that are driven by a demon called lust. And they don't give a fuck what they do to get their nutsack empty. Whether it's in a kid, an old person, a family member, it don't matter. That right there is unacceptable. This motherfucker running around the hospital on his day off. He came in there. Said she got video of him doing it again. Before this one that came out with the media. You went in there and violated a 61-year-old woman with dementia at 61 years old. That got to be tough for her and her family because she don't know what's wrong with her. She don't know where she's at and she don't know why she's there, but she's there, being cared for. Her family paying all this money for you to come in there on your day off. You're a piano player. You ain't even a real worker there. You a volunteer. And I'm more than sure that was your motive of getting that job. You run around here scoping on old people you deem worthy of putting your jalapeno in. You walking around the fucking room. But if that was my grandma, I would have tried to stick him with every sharp object in that room. He would have never made it out of here alive. I'd have killed myself trying to kill him. People gonna get enough of fucking with people's family members. That woman's 61 years old. She got a lifetime of history in raising people and being around people that cared about her. And she meant something because she's somebody, but she was nobody to you. She was something to you. And all the people should be allowed to take turns busting your ass. Now, she got a $25 million lawsuit that she's going to win. It may not be that much because I know they scrambling to settle this. They just took over the company and kept him along as a gesture of respect to him. And this is what he does. They saying, looking at how cocky and bold he was, there are probably more people. And I'm more than sure this guy right here got a gist of the who's who from staff. And that determined whether he could target them or not. He probably around when staff talk about the people like, yeah, she don't remember anything. This and that. Oh, yeah, okay. That's an opportunity. You didn't care who these people were. Didn't care about the life they had before they'd been there and not even thinking about the future that where your dumb ass can be there and somebody can run up in your ass too. You didn't think about that. You were there to offer relief, candor, and kindness in the form of music. But you did the opposite. And use it for your own sick sexual satisfaction. You fucked this woman and then left her in the room naked, leaving her to pick up the pieces, not knowing what the fuck happened. What kind of man are you? You're not one. You're an animal. You should be put down justly. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care. They need to take motherfuckers that do this shit and kill them immediately.